Hi, good evening. I am Poem Praise 2. Peace and blessings to you. I do have an evening read for you this evening. We are going to be coming out of Lies My Teacher Told Me by James Lowen. On our last take, we completed chapter number 6. So this is take 1 of chapter number 7, which is entitled The Land of Opportunity. And without further ado, this take, it reads as such. Labor is prior to and independent of capital. Capital is only the fruit of labor and could never have existed if labor had not first existed. Labor is the superior of capital and deserves much the higher consideration. Abraham Lincoln. I had once believed that we were all matters of our fate, that we could mold our lives into any form we pleased. I had overcome deafness and blindness sufficiently to be happy. And I suppose that anyone could come out victorious if he threw himself radiantly into life's struggle. But as I went more and more about the country, I learned that I had spoken with assurance on a subject I knew little about. I learned that the power to rise in the world is not within the reach of everyone. Helen Keller. 10 men in our country could buy the whole world, and 10 million can't buy enough to eat. Will Rogers, 1931. The history of a nation is, unfortunately, too easily written as the history of its dominant class. Kwame Nkrumah, Nkrumah. High school students have eyes and ears and television sets. All too many have their own TV sets. So they know a lot about relative privilege in America. They measure their family's social position against that of other families and their community's position against other communities. Middle-class students especially know little about how the American class structure works, however, and nothing at all about how it has changed over time. These students do not leave high school merely ignorant of the workings of the class structure. They come out as terrible sociologists. Why are people poor? I have asked first-year college students if their own class position is one of relative privilege. Why is your family well off? The answers I received, to characterize them charitably, are half-formed and naive. The students blame the poor for not being successful. They have no understanding of the ways that opportunity is not equal in America, and no notion that social structure pushes people around, influencing the ideals they hold and lives they fashion. High school history textbooks can take some of the credit for this state of affairs. Some textbooks do cover certain high points of labor history, such as the 1894 Pullman strike near Chicago that President Cleveland broke with federal troops, or the 1911 Triangle Shirtwaist fire that killed 146 women in New York City. But the most recent event mentioned in most books is the Taft-Hartley Act of 60 years ago. No book mentions any of the major strikes that labor lost in the late 20th century, such as the 1985 Hormel Meat Packers strike in Austin, Minnesota, or the 1991 Caterpillar strike in Decatur, Illinois. Defeats that signify labor's diminished power today. Nor do most textbooks describe any continuing issue facing labor, such as the growth of multinational corporations and their exporting of jobs overseas, which such omission textbook authors can contribute labor history as something that happened long ago, like slavery. And that, like slavery, was corrected long ago. It logically follows the unions now appear anachronistic, ANACHRONISTIC for the spelling. The idea that they might be necessary for workers to have a voice in the workplace goes unstated. And here is a little picture, y'all. Right here, since we're talking about labor right now. I don't know if you can see it clearly. I'm going to read to you what's underneath. Now, the photograph of a sweatshop in New York's Chinatown, taken in the early 1900s, illustrates that the working class still works in America, sometimes under conditions not so different from a century ago. And often in the same locations. I'm not going to hold you too long on this tape, okay? So I'm going to end take 1 right there of chapter number 7, which is entitled The Land of Opportunity. I would like for you to stay tuned for take number 2 of chapter number 7 here on Poem Praise 2. If you are not a subscriber, you could go ahead and subscribe at this time. Hit that thumbs up for like and share. You can certainly hit that notification bell. You know when Poem Praise 2, is coming with something new for you. I do want for you and your family. I want y'all to be safe. I want y'all to be well. And I want us all to continue to heal. It be it thy will. Poem Praise 2. I'll talk and I'll see you later. Later, y'all. All right. Peace and blessings.